I just had my maiden voyage at a mega church down here in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Um, as you know, I'm a snowbird this winter, so I left Laconia, New Hampshire 2 weeks ago. And now that I'm down south, I want to experience as much as possible, right? Go to places I've never been, eat food I've never eaten, interact with people more people, right? In a different way. And I went to Seacoast Church. There are 17,000 people that worship at Seacoast, but I was on their main campus this morning. 17,000 people every Sunday morning. So I pulled in to this mega church, and there's a whole parking lot dedicated to newbies. So I pulled into a parking spot, and then someone opened the door for me and greeted me. Jason, lovely guy. We walked in. He brought me to the welcome center. I got a gift bag with all sorts of information about how I can get involved. So many ways to get involved, about small groups and what worship is like, and amazing. He brought me to the coffee bar so I could go get a coffee, and then brought me into what I would consider a stadium, but this is just their place of worship. Praise band. It was magnificent. Why? Because I'm a Congregationalist from northern New England. We do not move from the neck down. That's nuts. So instead, here I was halfway up the stands. I'll post some pictures, and I love it. When I ran confirmation programs for 10 years in the Lakes region of New Hampshire, my favorite part was always going to other places of worship. And it's interesting because a lot of the kids and the mentors in my confirmation programs would say the same. Same mountain, different trail, right? We're all trying to get closer to God, to acknowledge the divine within and around all the time. So for me, the beauty of church, the beauty of worship is community. And so this is the first time I've ever been in that level of the vibrancy of that enormity of the number of people. But really, if you're a Christian, perhaps we are called to be the hands and feet of Jesus. You know, reach out to the lost and the lonely, give a voice to the voiceless, practice our faith, pay attention to that moral compass. And so how people do that is very different from church to church. So that was my very first experience at Seacoast Church. And honestly, I loved it because I love when people don't feel insecure or self-conscious about expressing their faith. So there's some level of liberation or confidence that exists in those larger churches. So I'm going to try out a different church next week because, again, same mountain, different trail, and I'm always curious how people worship God. But anyway, it was pretty awesome.